Melvin Gordan.
Look at the Chargers' offensive line. It was completely torn with injuries.
Okay, let's see here. Bills. What do you think? The Bills have a better offensive line?
The Bills literally hand the ball off to LaShawn McCoy 40 times a game.
Arizona.
They have no pass
You think
attack.
David Johnson? And do you think Arizona's offensive line is better?
I think David Johnson's better than Melvin Gordon.
Okay, well,
No, I don't know.
no, I didn't say Derrick Henry. I think this year Derrick Henry getting more carries could push that. Devontae Freeman, I think he's better.
No, I don't think.
Devontae Freeman's definitely better.
He's the highest paid running back.
Yeah, he's definitely
so much
better.
What does that matter?
I'm just
Highest paid
saying.
running back in the league.
Devontae
Okay,
Freeman.
Matt Ryan's the highest paid quarterback in the league.
Devontae Freeman's stats.
Oh yeah, now you're down to like 8 or now you're getting to like 10, top 10.
He's a top 7.
Devontae Freeman paired with Coleman, who's
let's pair him with some shit.
Melvin Gordon's the
lead
lead back, and the
with the worst offensive line in football.
This is not the worst offensive line in football.
Yes, it was.
No.
Now it's better.
Oh my gosh! All right,
with the worst offensive line in football by far.
We gotta move on, but I think this is probably one of the worst takes you've ever had. That Melvin Gordon is a top 5 running back.
He's not even top.
You literally picked the Timberwolves to beat the Houston Rockets.
I didn't say this. I said this is.
Who's the safety from Malik Hooker? He said was better than Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu.
I never said that once in my life.
He said that.
I said he has the chance to be at that level.
No.
So you want to talk about dumb takes?
I didn't say. I was saying this is probably one of your worst takes you've ever had.
No, you can look at the stats.
Okay,
you said he was a top 5 running back.
The Chargers had the worst offensive line in football.
All right, well we're gonna move on.
You don't know football if you think the Chargers' offensive line is somewhat decent.
Yeah, I think this.
Yeah, 0 yards, 0 carries.
I'm just saying,
yeah, that makes sense.
Who else is on? I feel like there's a couple others.
I don't know. I think.
Wait, I want you to name me the Chargers' offensive line.
What?
Name me the Chargers' offensive line.
Let me look it up.
Oh, jeez.
We're gonna get into this a little bit more, because I just don't believe this is even comparable.
Here, top best offensive lines, and we're gonna.
I just don't think you can. You said you started. He was top 5.
I think he's 5, 6, or 7.
He's not.
5, so you can't see.
Okay, they had Russell Okun. He's a solid left tackle.
He was hurt half the season last year.
Oh my gosh, Sherman. Barksdale's a good tackle.
I know.
But here, I'm gonna look.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
But this is okay. You're going on Bleacher Report ranking?
No, Pro Football Focus. This is a statistical site. We are at 24, and we have the Los Angeles Chargers coming in at 24.
This doesn't. I just don't. Oh
so here's some offensive lines that you're gonna say are better than the. So you're gonna talk about Mark Ingram and the Saints. So you got the 24 Los Angeles Chargers. This is a big part of the run game is the offensive line. Are we not gonna talk about that?
Carlos Hyde, that's kind of a close one.
I think Carlos Hyde had a bad offensive line too. That'd be close. I don't think he'll do it this year though. With
the Browns.
Yeah, they got a couple guys.
No, I'm just saying that's that's a good match.
Yeah, I think that's a good lineup. I think in terms of fantasy.
The Chicago Bears have the 11th best offensive line in football according to Pro Football Focus. So that'll help a lot. Who's another one you were talking about? The New Orleans Saints. Oh, number 9 offensive line in football.
This doesn't matter.
That's classic. Who else were you talking about? Who's Johnny spitting out?
McCoy.
The Buffalo Bills. The number 7 offensive line in football.
Wait. So you're telling me... I'm just saying, so say the Packers could either have LaShawn McCoy or Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon, hands down.
Are you hearing this, Travis?
LaShawn McCoy,
32, ranked 32 worst offensive line, the Houston Texans. Lamar Miller had 100 less yards than Melvin Gordon.
Huh.
And Melvin Gordon played less games.
No, are you sure about that?
Yes, Melvin Gordon was hurt.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know.
There you go. Spit it right back in your face.
I can't see how many games he played.
So Melvin Gordon had better stats than Lamar. What's the guy's name?
Lamar Miller.
And he played less games.
Oh, who are the Patriots? They got
Miami Dolphins, 29th ranked offensive line. Jay Ajayi was one of the best running backs in the NFL last year.
Let's
he
look
played
at the
there for
stats.
half the season.
I mean, Deion Lewis, he's up. He's great.
I mean,
The Philadelphia Eagles had the best offensive line in football. And you're talking about Jay Ajayi. You pair Melvin Gordon with that offensive line?
Probably the same thing, honestly.
No, it would probably be Melvin Gordon would be the best running back.
Chiefs, 16th ranked offensive line.
Like the same thing.
Kareem Hunt was the league rusher.
For what? They had great 6 games.
He was the lead rusher.
Historical great 6 games.
He was the lead rusher in the
NFL.
Lead rusher.
Faltered off the rest of the season.
Lead rusher.
Rest of the season.
Lead rusher.
Wait,
Look at the
are
rest
you
of the
actually
season.
being serious? You think if he's on the Eagles, he'd be the best running back? In the
I think you give him the best offensive line in football, like the
No.
Cowboys or the Eagles, he would be the best running back in the NFL.
I don't.
He is paired behind
so much.
a bottom 20 offensive
You're not
line
better than
with
Le'Veon
injuries
Bell.
all over the
How would he
place.
better be than Le'Veon Bell?
I don't know, Le'Veon Bell probably. I think
You do not think he's better than Le'Veon Bell. He's not even close to that
well
talent.
because they have such a better offensive line.
Ezekiel Elliott, so much. Melvin Gordon played 16 games last year.
Look at Melvin Gordan. He didn't play half those games.
Yes, he did. Look, 16 games last year. Melvin Gordon.
Look
At
here,
Pro
here,
Football
here's
Reference. Pro Football Reference. He played
How many
every
games?
single game last year. Truman.
No, he wasn't. He
It
wasn't in
says.
half those. He was hurt half those games.
16 games.
Towards the end of the season, he barely got any carries.
16 games.
So he
In
played-
2016, he played in 11. That's what you're thinking of.
Which one?
2016, the year before last year.
Yes,
he played
exactly.
11. This year he played in every single game.
And look at his stats.
Yeah, he had 1,100 yards, and then you go.
Behind one of the worst offensive lines in football.
And then you go to the Lamar Miller, who played in 16 games, and he had 100 yards less than him.
100. Okay.
And he had the worst offensive line in football according to Pro Football Focus.
Okay, 100 yards less than him.
And the Chargers.
100 yards less than him. So
Listen,
Melvin Gordon's
but listen.
stats were better.
But listen, the Chargers were without Mike Williams, without Keenan Allen didn't play in every single game
So
last year.
defenses just pack the box.
They have to
and
rely. They have to rely on Melvin Gordon.
So defensive coordinators go, Melvin Gordon's your entire offense. So we're going to shut that down. The Texans, they had Deshaun Watson for a few games. They have DeAndre Hopkins. They have to defend against that.
Melvin Gordon had 100 more carries than Lamar Miller.
Because he was the only part of their offense.
Lamar Miller too.
They were passing attack the entire game.
Deshaun Watson got hurt.
DeAndre Hopkins is one of the best players in the league.
Oh my gosh, Truman, this is
DeAndre Hopkins is one of the best players in
as
the
we
league.
really dive into the stats, your argument is just falling apart.
DeAndre Hopkins is one of the best players in the league. Who do the Chargers have on their offense? Who did defenses have to defend other than Melvin Gordon?
All right, we're gonna end
Who
this.
did defenses?
We have to.
Who did
Keenan
defenses?
Allen.
Who did defenses have to defend other than Melvin Gordon?
Keenan Allen!
How many games did Keenan Allen play in?
Oh my god.
How many games did Keenan Allen play in?
And you also said Phillip Rivers is one of your favorite quarterbacks in the NFL.
He didn't have anyone to throw to.
Oh my god, Tyrell Williams is really good.
Yes.
Too. Keenan Allen, 16 games last year.
Bring up Tyrell
Keenan Allen,
Williams.
He was healthy this year.
16 games.
Bring
last
up
year.
Tyrell Williams.
16
Bring up
games. last
Tyrell
year.
Williams.
Isn't it?
Bring up Tyrell Williams.
All right, so this is how we're gonna end this here. I think Melvin Gordon's a very good running back. He is not a top 5. I don't even
He's
think
top
he's
7
top 10.
running back.
No.
Yes.
He's
Look up anywhere.
Okay, we got to move on because we got about 20 minutes left. But
he's like.
I don't know.
Let's just go through it. Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon
This is
Bell.
obviously better too. Like it's not even close.
Okay, Le'Veon Bell, Ezekiel Elliott, David Johnson, Todd Gurley.
McCoy. That's
McCoy.
not even close.
No.
McCoy's better. It's not
Okay.
even close to close
Oh
to
my gosh.
LeSean
All right,
McCoy's.
hold on. I just want to get into LeSean McCoy's and then we're done. I just want to get into LeSean McCoy's stats.
It's not even close that he's better.
Because he's saying LeSean McCoy runs the ball 40 times a game. All right?
There he is. Zach just said 5, 6, or 7.
What does that matter?
Well,
Okay,
I'm just saying.
okay. You said LeSean McCoy gets a lot more carries than Melvin Gordon.
No,
He had-
probably not last year.
You said last year he gets 40 carries a game. You said that.
Yeah, usually.
And let's see, he had 287 rushing attempts last year. Melvin Gordon had 284, 3 less carries, and he had 200 more, and he had 150 more yards.
How many games did LeSean McCoy play in last year?
16.
There's just no way.
There is a way. All right, we got to move on though. Seriously, we have to move on. But this is something we get into more, but I just think as we dove into those stats, he's falling apart. All right, let's move now.
Let's dive into Malik Hooker versus Ed Reed.
No, Malik Hooker played in like 4 games last year.
You said Malik Hooker's better than Ed Reed, so we're
Talent.
gonna look up the stats.
I didn't say he was better.
Nope. He said Malik Hooker's better than Ed Reed, so we're gonna look up the
move.
stats.
We have to move on.
No, I don't care. I
We
don't
have
care.
to move
We're gonna
on.
look up
So-
Malik Hooker's stats versus Ed Reed's.
All right, we were going to talk about the Madden ratings, but
Okay, wait. I have Ed Reed versus
we're-
Malik Hooker.
Truman,
Okay.
this doesn't compare yet. You're
No.
missing
You
out.
said Malik Hooker's better than Ed Reed.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move now to our question and answer.
64 interceptions for Ed Reed.
All right,
3 for Malik Hooker.
Ignore him.
Where-
3 for 4 in 4 games. Ed Reed, how many more games he play?
No, you said hands down Malik Hooker's better than Ed
I
Reed.
never
You
said
didn't
that.
say he could be.
I said he had the
You
potential.
Nope. You literally said Malik
All right,
Hooker's better than Ed Reed.
well, here's
so.
what we'll do. We'll go back to the tape. We'll listen to it. We'll come back on Thursday, and I'll give you the answer, and we'll show you the tape.
yeah.
All right? That's good. That's fair.
That's
okay?
good. Yep.
What?
All right.
What
move
we'll
on.
do, we'll go back on Thursday. I'll listen to the tape after
What
the
tape?
shows of the show. I'll say, did we listen to that? We'll listen to. It was Dave Solomon's episode, and I'll say, was Ed Reed the potential? What did Malik Hooker have
I
potential?
mean,
to be
you
that?
eventually came back and realized you're an idiot for saying that Ed Reed's better.
All right, we're gonna move now to our question and answer. But before that, we'll let this cool down a little bit. We'll do a nice little ad read here for our buddy Dom at D's Home Cuts. Our show is brought to you by D's Home Cuts. D's is the best place around Northeast Ohio for a great haircut at a low price. For only $7, D's Home Cuts will provide you with a modern haircut and styling. Truman and I and Johnny have been getting our haircuts at D's for the last couple of months, and we have never looked or felt better. Every time you go into the shop, you're going to get a professional cut. The cuts get better every single time because Deez is always upgrading his equipment so he can give you the best haircut possible. You can find Deez Home Cuts on Twitter at Dom's Home Cuts or Instagram, where you can set up an appointment in the bio. DM him for an appointment too, and trust me, you will not be disappointed. Deez Home Cuts, professional haircuts at a low price. So Father's Day was Sunday. A great holiday for everybody. You know, father-son combos are pretty common in sports, so we wanted to go through, give our favorite father-son combos, best, whatever father-son combos in all sports. I'm going to kick it off here. I'm going to go with the obvious one, I think, Ken Griffey Jr., Ken Griffey Sr. Probably one of the most unique ones because they actually played together on the same team. When they hit back-to-back home runs that one night, that was a really cool sports moment. So I'm going to go with them. I think that's probably the easiest one, though. So we'll move now to Johnny.
Mine was just Archie Manning and Peyton Manning. I guess Eli Manning. I kind of forgot about Eli for a second there. But I don't know. Both are like great players. And I never watched Archie Manning play.
Solid quarterback.
I mean, yeah, I got to watch Peyton, though, and Eli. So both are solid quarterbacks. Peyton Manning, being able to watch him, he was always a fun quarterback to watch. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Sherman?
Melvin Gordan Sr. and Melvin Gordan.
Oh my gosh.
Melvin Gordan Sr. even play football?
Does that even matter? Is that what we're talking
He
about?
went to Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Well, he went
people
to he went to Wisconsin, so Truman thinks he's.
All right, I'm not gonna poke the bear here. So we're gonna move. Another one I'm gonna stick with Milwaukee here. Cecil and Prince Fielder. Prince Fielder hit 50 home runs, and so did Cecil one season. So that's pretty cool. Just two, a dad and a son who can both hit bombs constantly. Prince Fielder and Cecil Fielder. Truman, you got one?
He said Peyton Manning and them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really. Melvin Gordan Sr. Melvin Gordan.
John, do you have one more?
No, not honest.
I'd say another one. Dell and Steph Curry. Both great shooters.
This
Steph Curry is one of the best shooters of all time, probably the best shooter of all time, and Dell Curry is right up there.
Best point guard in the league right now too.
Yeah. Oh,
I didn't know this.
Oh boy.
I didn't know
We
that.
want to get away from
yeah.
this.
Melvin Gordan had 58 catches last year.
Okay.
You know how many Jordan Howard said because you wanted to count receiving with Jordan Howard?
How many?
23.
Okay, but he had Tariq Cohen too.
Yeah, it's Tariq
Funny.
Cohen, which
Funny.
is like
I did not know Melvin
Tariq
Gordan was
Cohen's
just good
like
in the
that's
pass
like
game.
his isn't that like his role pretty much like
Melvin
his job is to
Gordan?
just get.
Lamar Miller had 36 last year.
Melvin. What?
No, Lamar Miller had 36 catches last year.
58 or 36? Which one do you take?
I'm just saying though.
There you go. Let's look up. This is funny. We have to add the pass game in
Truman, we got to move on now.
with Sean.
I know you wanted to talk about this story, Truman. Greg Little.
Yeah, he's a shitty receiver who hasn't played since 2014.
Why do you think he got signed first over Dez?
What?
Why do you think he got signed over Dez?
Because Dez is a punk and wants more money than anyone.
What Greg Williams was like. I mean, I don't remember a lot about him, but
Greg
he wasn't
Little.
the nicest.
Greg Little?
What did I say? Greg Williams?
Yeah,
Greg Little wasn't the
he was
most
terrible.
upstanding guy in the world.
He was
ever.
terrible.
Yeah. He was out of North Carolina. He's supposed to be second round pick, supposed to be a big deal for the Browns. And
That's the Browns. So
and the Browns kind of
don't-
ruined his career, I guess you could say, but he didn't really help it.
I don't think the Browns. I just don't think. Yeah.
So the question is, will Dez ever sign? I mean, it's getting late. Training camp is right around the corner. There's a lot of big names out there. Dez kind of leading the pack. Do we think he ever signs?
I mean, he'll sign eventually. He's
Well,
not
when?
gonna not sign.
I mean, this is getting late. He had a contract on the table he turned down. Why hasn't he signed yet? And he's like, sounds like there's really no buzz around his name anymore. And he was 2-3 years ago a top wide receiver.
He'll get signed somewhere. He's not going to get signed. That's people have to realize. He's going to go somewhere, but it's just going to be late, and I don't know where because I haven't heard any rumors.